And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and this is Odie as we begin a Thursday together. 76 right now, a high of somewhere around 94 is what is expected, and the heat index not as bad for Meridian, 102 today. Now, a couple things we want to keep in mind if you're traveling in. This may be cleaned up by now, but about 20 minutes ago it was still there. Highway 496, Highway 19 South coming to Meridian. There was a fender bender there this morning right before daylight where a trailer come unhooked from a truck or a van and caused a little bit of damage with another car. Nothing serious, but it was holding traffic up for a moment there. And then I-20 westbound at mile marker, I think it was 82, 18-wheeler run off the road. They were having to call in a big rig to get it out. And again, that's westbound toward Jackson is where that was. So if you're in those areas, keep that in mind with traffic. We want everybody to be safe, and it does just kind of slow you down. So leave it a little bit earlier if you got to go to Jackson and travel that way every day. Usually 15 to 20 minutes, it'll put you down there. Let's see, as we begin this day, we got a lot going on as we're working on a story that we'll tell you about happened on Highway 19 last night. We'll get into all of that good stuff in a moment. I mentioned a moment ago that mortgage rates are down just a little bit. As I dug into this, they were at 7% on a 30-year loan. They're down to 6.7 or 6.8 right at that now. So you could save a wee bit there. Long time from those interest rates of 3% and around there.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. I still see it come down a little bit more maybe. But there again, you said it earlier on the other show, you've got to calculate your savings over the next 5 years. Is it going to be worth you spending $3,000 to refinance this, and you're only going to end up saving $2,500 because you're losing money?
Yeah.
Just
weigh it out.
Careful. Yeah.
Weigh it out. There's a bunch to that. Let's see. As we begin this morning, let's talk about some heroes. Let me show this.
Yeah.
I showed up on the scene with the Meridian Fire Department. This is this. Let me blow this up. We can see this a little bit bigger. And turn this on. This was the scene of a fire yesterday. The firemen were hard at it. It was actually a carport fire as you get into this. But Odie, as often as we find, there's more to the story than you realize there. Let's go here and take a look. This little fella was under there. He's a pup, and he was injured during that fire, and they're giving him oxygen and trying to get him back together there.
And that is awesome. Coming together and taking care of our animals, because at the end of the day, those are our family members too.
Metro on scene there also. They're trying to cool him down and give him some oxygen. And little fella, he I think is going to pull through the last I talked to them. That touched my heart as I run up on that yesterday with the Meridian Fire Department. I just want to say a good job to those guys for what they do to go above and beyond.
I called Charlene, said, "Do you remember saving Hershey?"
Is that a candy bar?
No, that was a dog.
Yeah.
We got called out. It was wee hours in the morning. Coldest fire. It was like 13 degrees outside. We got called to a fire. Address didn't really mean a whole lot. But when I got right down the road and saw the glow, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm calling Charlene. She said, hello, and all I could say was, Lynn's house is on fire, and I hung up. Well, it wasn't long. Charlene and Rex was there, and Lynn said, my dog. So we go in and searching everywhere, found the dog, brought the dog outside, and they were able to get some oxygen to it. Same thing. The dog turned out great. But yeah, that was 13 degrees outside. You're going inside fighting the fire, sweating, and then coming outside, and your sweat is freezing. It's tough. And Meridian Fire Department, they are They're out there in the middle of it every single day. And I'm in a volunteer somewhere is. 80% of them, 80% of our firefighters are volunteers.
In
That's a
another
big
department.
number.
Yeah, that is. I think we saw a crack in the line yesterday as we heard Biden. We had Chuck Schumer urging him he needed to resign and not run for president. And he came out yesterday and said, well, if my doctor were to tell me that it was not good for me to run, I would not seek re-election. Yeah. That is coming in the next couple of days or week. That is, you're going to see that happen as we saw him not stumbling, but slowly trying to get off Air Force One. Ironically, 2 hours later, he is diagnosed with COVID.
You know, he said that
coming,
the other day. Oh, yeah. You know, the other day he said that when he had his little speech that he did, he said the same thing, that it's going to be up to his doctors where he runs. Schumer, as far as I know, shut up, Schumer.
What did Trump used to call him? Shifty or something like that?
Trump got a nickname for every one of them.
That was the words next out of my mouth there. This J.D. Vance, if you haven't heard this man speak, I highly suggest it. Movie about him coming from poverty, being at the lowest level. His mother had addictions. He overcame that, would end up going to a major university. He made it a man's man on his own. It is the American dream of what he has done. And so well spoken and still cares about where he came from having nothing. This guy's good.
He didn't give up.
No, he didn't.
He was not taught to give up.
And his mother was there last night, 10 years free of alcoholism. And she looked so much better. And he bragged on her.
Oh, man.
Did you see Trump's granddaughter?
No.
She spoke last night. Trump was glowing from one ear to the other watching her speak.
Oh, I imagine what he was doing with her, because when Junior was up there, he was hitting it, and I didn't.
Well, she made a pretty good speech there. She said that Grandpa will often forget that she's in school to call her and tell her about his golf game and want to know about hers. And she said when they will play golf, he will try to get inside her head to where he can beat her. And she goes, there's one thing he's forgetting. I'm a Trump. He can't do that. That was a good line.
Yes, and, it was.
She did a fantastic job. 17. I like that.
Now, that's at 17 years old. Look, I've been in front of cameras. I've been in front of audiences. I've given speeches. Doesn't really bother me. Put me in front of something like the Republican National Committee.
Well, it's worldwide. Everybody watches. There's no telling how many millions of people watch all of that.
That right there, I'll be like, all right, here we go. Let's get through this. 17 years old, and you're on a stage like that.
Yep.
And you're giving a speech. That says a lot about your family.
And make sure to tune in on Monday. We'll have our roving reporter, that girl who is there at the convention, coming Monday to do a recap. Greg will come join her. All that's coming up on Monday on the show as she gives us a recap there. We did post the video last night of live from there as he came in. It was a large applause. We've got a lot more pictures that after tonight is kind of the big conclusion as he will give his speech. We'll have a bunch of pictures, and I'm going to post them all at one time of what's gone on all over the week. I didn't want it to seem like that's all we were harping on.
Yeah.
So we're going to put it as a big package there, pictures and scenes of what's been going on up there. Interesting.
I wonder if she's going to wear her Trump bandage. I mean, people started doing that.
I have been seeing that.
Yeah.
You know, they claim if he doesn't go have this ultra expensive surgery, it's going to be a chunk of his ear missing. He can afford it. I'm sure that.
You know, he's probably going to say, is it going to affect my hearing? Well, no. Then leave it like it is.
Ooh, boy.
That's my American mark.
It is a mark, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you can't hear that stuff.
Did Holyfield go get his ear sewed back on, or has he still got?
Now, who's Holyfield? You lost me.
He's the one Tyson bit his ear off. I wonder if he got his back on, or if he's got him a keepsake.
I have no idea. But I remember seeing the picture of that teeth biting into that ear many years ago.
If I was Trump, I'd keep that as a memorial.
Yes, memento, is that how they say it?
One of them too.
Yeah, you can't mix Coke with those though.
No, it'll be spew out.
Yeah. Scotty Ray and Odie, good morning.
approved at Meridian Cycles. Come see us at 80 Highway 19 North or give us a call at 601-485-8700.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real steel. Find yours.
And welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. When the thunderstorms happened yesterday, it was one instant after another. Let's go to Lost Gap, to Dead Man's Curve, as we often talk about. This is I-59 coming into Meridian. What do I spy down in the bushes? Yet another car, same location. As we pull this up, and Odie, let's get a closer look at what, as you get down here, look at this. A miracle,
Wow.
I think that's a Buick. I think it's a Buick that is overturned upside down. Walked away, they're okay, but man, look at this.
You know, we see them off in the trees and hit a tree, but we don't see them as much upside down off in the wood.
Black oil
Extremely
filter there.
lucky.
They didn't use Fram, I can see that.
No, they didn't.
But one of those things that it was just one thing after another. And we got several of these to look at. And again, we urge y'all this afternoon, because this is going to all happen again, coming into Meridian, where I-59 and I-20 meet. That sharp curve there coming from Enterprise, Mississippi. Savoy exit, however you want to word it, coming that direction into Meridian. Wreck after wreck after wreck happens right there. So we don't want
Chris
you to be
says-
a number.
Chris says Hyundai.
That was a Hyundai?
One of them Hyundais, not a Honda.
It may have been
I don't know
there.
how you. Amy drives one. I still
I
don't know
think
how
it's
you
a
pronounce it.
Hyundai. I think that's, well, the most rednecks say it that way.
Yeah,
Hyundai.
It's the Hyundai of Meridian Report Cup.
That's right. Let me see here. I'm missing an accident, and I'm trying to find it that happened yesterday. Here we go. Let's go to North Hill Street. This was one of those one of the first ones that came out. This was a 3-car pileup, and this would be at the intersection of North Hill Street and 29th Avenue, next to where you get your haircut. Halo, is that correct? Haven.
Yeah, JD's wife.
Yeah, JD, I apologize about that, why they didn't come to mind there. As we pull it up, here's what we've got. Look at this. That's a Lexus done got whooped up on. Oh. We've got another black SUV behind it and a white one also damaged in this. As we take a little bit here, look at this. You could almost say that this was a 4-car. This one, small tap there, wasn't much to that. But these three had some major damage there, and they were all hauled away. As we look at the Meridian Fire Department, also we had Metro on scene, Meridian Police Department. A lot of people responded to that, and it was pouring rain. Western side of Meridian got more rain than the east side of Meridian did, and it just caused one thing after another, and continues with this. You see these firefighters and people out in the middle of it doing their best to help you out during that. Now.
Alligator says, is the picture fuzzy on YouTube or is it just mine? Alligator, as far out as you live, that poor fella who was pumping all this stuff to you, he probably had to take a break.
That I can't tell you.
He's way out there in the woods, so there's somebody out there having to pump his internet, and they took a break. They'll be right back with you.
Jan Bushman, good morning. So good to see you. I ran into 2 little girls yesterday that were on their way to go get their ears pierced. I hadn't gotten the picture back. I took a picture with them at their car, and I stumbled up on this. Highway 19 at State Boulevard, there had been a small fender bender, and I got out to go over to take a picture of it. These young ladies that were in the back seat there were going to get them some. They were about 6 years old, somewhere around there. They were going to get their ear pierced, and they were so excited. Oh. So I hope that worked out well for them in the end.
Yeah.
They weren't late. So the Lauderdale County SO worked, and again, it was just a fender bender, nobody hurt, and the kids were ready to go get those earrings.
It's one of those intersections that nobody likes.
That's
The feds came in and changed.
It's just bang, bang, bang. You almost, because there is so much traffic there, you almost need a
And
light
no
there.
on-ramp, no nothing.
That would be a J-turn place almost, because it's one wreck after another there. Probably one of the busiest that we have there on 19.
It is one of the busiest intersections that we have in this area because you've got so many people that go
Philadelphia.
from Philadelphia, go clear across to the hospitals that way, or you can cut across and bypass Meridian totally together from that road. So it's very busy.
Yeah, my wife checked. Everybody else is saying YouTube is clear this morning. It's your internet connection that's
I
giving you a
told
little
you,
fit
it's
there.
that guy pumping your internet
Terry
to
says,
you
get
that
some
got
glasses.
tired.
That'll make things. That does happen. Hey, we did have an accident yesterday. Also, I-20. We had one this morning, and this was late yesterday evening in Scott County. We had an 18-wheeler run off the road, and they were working to get that out. Whenever, and Odie can probably tell you this better than I do, whenever the word 18-wheeler is mentioned, it's going to be a couple hours at least for cleanup and pulling out. It's more to it than a fender bender with a car. It's a lot goes into it.
It is, because you got to know what it is, what they're hauling, what the shape of what they're hauling is. Will a trailer support that load? Yeah, it could go anywhere from an hour to 8, 10 hours. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by a cat face?
By a cat face?
A cat face tree.
No.
It's got that little indention on it. Take a pine tree that goes up and it's got an indention in it. And it's
Okay.
a weak point. And I've always heard it called, that's a cat face.
Okay.
I'm not a logger. I've just heard it all my life, and I could have been told wrong information. But it looks as though as we go to 64th Avenue, this was the issue here. A catface tree gave way when that wind caught this tree, and we had some issues. Look at this. Down it went, comes across the fence, and into house.
Ooh.
Now, no one was hurt, but boy, that's a scary little feeling there. Again, I want to stress to y'all, if you've got a tree overhanging your house, we have more bad weather coming up this fall. November, we'll move back into tornadic season. And again, right now, we're right in the middle of hurricane season where the winds could pick up. We don't have anything going on. But if you've got trees that overhang your home, do not wait to be a statistic. Go ahead and get that cut down. Mike Reed come take care of you. He'll give you a free quote. Won't cost you anything. Mm-hmm. Talk to him. They'll get those trees limbed up around your house. It's important. Your life is worth. Let me back up to this. Just to show you this, Odie. Y'all look how big that tree is.
That's a big old tree.
If that hits your roof, it's coming on down. It's not just going to stop. It's going to flatten. And you could be under it sitting on a couch, in a bed. It's not worth your life. Talk to somebody. Get a quote. Get those trees removed from over your house. And if you're building a house and it's a little tree, get a chainsaw. Go ahead.
Before you get something there.
It ain't worth it.
Easier to remove when there's nothing around it.
So your AC unit has to go a little bit harder. It ain't worth it, the alternative to what happens. Look at this. This is some of that rain that blew through yesterday. Look at that.
It sure did come down.
We had some clouds, and that rain was cutting up sideways, moving through the area there.
Yeah.
I was moving from wreck to wreck to wreck, and some more wrecks of what went on in Meridian. I almost got confused. Oh, wait a minute. We got another tree across the road here. This was 37th Street.
Man.
Got one there, too. I wouldn't want to be a tree cutter. You know those trees where somebody calls you that it's already got the beetles in it, and they're
already gone.
part of it could come out when you go to cut.
Yeah.
And then it also involves heights. You ever seen those guys put those cleats on like the power company does and climb a tree? Yeah.
Then get you a rope and attach to it.
Yep. Not for me.
I was going to get you to join our high-angle rope rescue team.
Yeah. Y'all just keep right on going. Y'all just go up to the 3-foot building and practice all you want.
Well, we can get you to hang out the window about the 10th floor, and we'll come down and
Save me.
and save you.
Yeah. I'll wait over at 22nd Avenue Bridge and watch with binoculars. Scotty Ray and Odie will be right back.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride.
Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Austin brought up about fundraisers, an episode where me and Greg could bungee jump. Be a great fundraiser.
I think we'll do pay-per-view.
Let's just go ahead and let me be honest with you how this works. I had somebody not long ago want me to do the Dunkin' booth. Absolutely not. Love y'all, but I ain't doing it.
It was water, and you were that high off the water.
Doesn't matter.
That was too far.
Absolutely does not matter. So I had somebody want to spend money with me and film a commercial on top of the 3-foot building. That's real nice, but keep your money. I don't need to come up there. You just tell me how it went for you. You can spend your money somewhere else.
Here's my camera.
Yep. you do it yourself or go somewhere else, because I ain't doing it. A man has got to know his limitations in life, and I know mine. Height, swimming, ain't happening. 4-wheel drives I like with a 3-inch lift kit. That's about as high as I want to go.
But we can get you in an airplane.
Yep. That's safe.
When I get my helicopter, you going to ride with me?
I've never been near a helicopter. Jeff Tate had mentioned that he was going to get us hooked up to where we could do one of those refueling things and talk to somebody out there.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of neat to watch. But a helicopter, I've never been. I just remember at 11 years old, Jimmy Woodford. He was the highway patrolman in Scuba. He was the helicopter pilot there. He crashed. I thought, don't ever want to ride with Jimmy.
That's Haney as...
Jimmy was okay, but he did crash. The thing about a helicopter is there's no soft landing. An airplane, you could land in a field if something went wrong.
You got about the same chance. A helicopter will...
drop like a rock.
No.
Yeah, I've watched it.
Gyros.
It don't matter.
That was on
Odie,
TV.
I've watched videos.
That was
flop.
TV.
I even watched TC crash it on Magnum. Flop.
And he's still living.
Yeah, all of them. Hey, I thought we'd do this. That girl sent us video footage in from last night. This is live footage of actually somebody we know who's at the Republican National Convention. And this is where Trump was entering the building. I thought we would share this to where you could get a bird's eye view of what it was really like other than these big TV cameras. Here he comes around the corner.
Straight from that girl herself.
Crowd absolutely had a great time with that, and that's what it was like live from that floor. I think Tyler Norman's about 40 feet away from him at this point.
I mean,
our
right there in
candidates,
it.
our elected officials from Mississippi there. I've seen Tate Reeves. I've seen many others that have been floating around there. It's a big deal there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. as it will conclude. I don't know if they have something more night, but tonight is a speech from the main candidate as he does his acceptance speech. We go to Newton next as we get a note from the Newton Police Department. Said, now, and let me say this. They always use the word alleged when it has not been proven. We want to say alleged before I show this picture. But they are looking for someone from Walmart over there for alleged possibility of shoplifting. If you know this, contact the Newton PD. They'd like to know more about it. We don't know what really went on. We just know what we was told.
Well, we'd like to find out.
Now, I am working on this. Depending upon how you word it, and that's what I got to get deeper into to figure out. There's either A, been a stabbing, or B, been a cutting. This would be the 700 block of Highway 19, which is right before Waffle House as you're going toward College Park Shopping Center there at that red light. That happened last night in the wee hours of the morning. We're trying to find out more about this. Someone did get cut for sure.
Something involving a knife.
Yes, sirree. We do have one person that was detained and taken downtown to be discussed about. We're trying to get the rest of the information on that. Air Guard or Fly Me. They're nice folks out there.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that.
Air you fuel that and that's going away because of the possibility of the new planes that are going to be taking over.
Are they going to be battery operated?
They're going to be to where now a person physically sits there and does it now and aims it. I think the new plane will have a button that it won't be the same. It'll be a button that electronically goes out and hooks to it to where you physically with this plane have somebody aiming it. I think it's a little different.
Oh, Star says ban all assault knives. If a knife comes to a point, it's an assault knife. If it's a blunt end, it's just a knife.
I got several calls yesterday afternoon as I was out and about, and this one was from the College Park area, right up from where we just talked about. It said, "Where are you? There's an incident going on." I said, "What?" So here's what we had: is pictures started pouring in of what's that black thing there? Oh, it's a line. As we get closer to this. Look at the rain, Odie.
Wow.
You see that truck trying to stop there.
Looks like he caught that just in time. Like, whoop, wait a minute.
And as we get, there it is, as it comes across the parking lot there of Popeyes. The Meridian Police Department, as soon as the rain, they got there, they got out and blocked this because that camper right there would have been ugly with that.
Yeah.
AT&T was on scene, and I think it was more of an AT&T line than it was a Mississippi power line as we look at this. That's kind of skinny to be a power line.
Yeah.
Both were on scene.
You can still see the rest of them are still hanging.
Yeah. So that's what we think happened. Something caught it, but it could have been ugly. You always treat any of these as if they're energized. It doesn't matter who, what, or how.
Well, if a truck would have got a hold of that and pulled it just right, that could have brought a whole pole down.
It could.
And then your power lines are going to come down with that.
And it ain't pretty.
No, it ain't.
By no means of that. It was a busy afternoon. That's the live. If you want to go back, I was live on the scene there covering that. That's what that's about. If you want to see that in person. Now, I was also out yesterday. This is continuing, and we're going to talk more about this morning. As what you got?
Oh, John said the UK is funding research to make a safe knife that won't stab anybody.
Yes, they are. Ban all rocks. They can be used also. At the end of the day, if a person is going to be evil, anything that is within their fingertips, they're going to use as a weapon. That's just what it is. Whether it be a gun, it be a knife, be it a rock, a stick can be a deadly weapon as well.
Now, this guy has a big show about guns and rights and all that stuff. And I was trying to find the actual numbers. But yesterday I was listening to some of it. And he said, actually, there's more death caused by fist and feet than there are assault rifles.
I could see that.
Yeah.
There's probably more people killed in car accidents than it is in that. There's a lot of deaths. Heart attacks. It may be the number one cause of death in America. And I could be wrong on that.
That is the number 2 death of firefighters in America.
Is heart attacks.
Number 2. Cancer.
Oh, cancer is a bad
1.
one. That may be in all deaths, cancer. It's a wicked thing. But our point on that is bad people are going to do bad things no matter what they got, is what we're getting at on that.
Charlie said she used to hit me with sticks. She did.
You know, I keep with me all the time just because you never know what you may need it for. When I was a little boy, and I call it the Earl Grey. Earl Grey is always with me. I'm not kidding. It's in my car now. When I was a little bitty boy, there was a elderly black gentleman that lived down the street from us, and he always cooked hogs. And me and Mayhap would go down and talk to him. He was a routine each week. And he hand carved all the time with his pocket knife. And he made axe handles out of trees that he cut that he would burn for the firewood to cook the hogs. And I always wanted one. And I remember at 5 years old, he hand carved me my own axe handle.
Oh, wow.
And I carry it with me everywhere I go because you just never know when you can get to, you might need some protection. So yeah. Earl Grey is my backup protection when anything goes wrong. I always have that between the seats.
Yeah.
He's there with me. I'm telling you, he was such a nice fella. It's things that you remember from a child. That was, a 5-year-old kid, him taking the time to do that for me.
Oh,
he didn't have to do that, but he did. And a little memento from him as I bring up that word for the second time today. On the way, we're going back in history. Scotty Ray and Odie, as we'll test your knowledge of what happened on today's history. All that's next as we all work together to get through this.
The Preserve at Meridian is the premier senior living community in the Meridian area, offering independent living cottages, assisted living, and maintain their independence and pursue an engaging lifestyle with a robust activities calendar, personalized care programs, wellness activities, restaurant-style dining, and much more. Call or visit us online today at preserveatmeridian.com to schedule your personal tour.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
And welcome back. Being brought up about hog hunting. ARs are used for hog hunting all the time. It is already 7:32 as we move through this morning. We're getting close to 77, waiting for a high of 94 today. Heat index 102 if you're just tuning in, so you'll know how to dress for today. We expect showers to start somewhere around a little after 1 o'clock. Hit and miss, some sunshine, some rain. Then about 9 o'clock, it'll kind of switch over to probably more heavy rain. That's on the way in your forecast. Let's go back to 1940. I read the name, and Odie, I had no idea who he was. And then I read the name Marcus Welby. You remember that show? Marcus Welby, MD?
No, I missed that.
You are kidding me. That was a big TV show. What about the TV show Hotel when they were trying to go up against Dynasty and all that back in the day?
No, I missed that one.
Okay, well, this guy's face there, he's familiar. He was one of the stars of both of those, Marcus Welby.
I know the face.
Yeah, I didn't know his name, but I do remember him from being in Marcus Welby as some doctor that always showed up at the scene. There you go. We're going to show you how sometimes age can get you. Of how you'll look one way as a young man and you look totally different. Now, we want to warn you that this could scare you.
He did not age like wine, we'll say that.
1954, and he was in Philadelphia the last I remember. He may have been at the Riley Center. But again, it might not show everybody how to watch through your fingers before I show this picture.
You got to do that right there. Because now he may have been at the Riley Center. Shots broke out and it scared him, and it stuck with him. Maybe
this is scary. I mean, woof. Ricky Skaggs has a birthday today. That's him as a young man on the right in them Highway 40 Blues and Don't Cheat in Our Hometown. to whatever happened to Ricky there.
You just didn't recognize him.
He just quit going to get a haircut and threw away his comb.
Oh. Yeah.
Don't be a statistic, Americans. Get haircuts.
Yeah, that's what my wife keeps telling
me.
Man, it's time to get another one.
I just, if I didn't know that was Ricky Skaggs.
Oh, I'd have never known it.
No way that I would have known that. Willie looks better than that.
Yeah, look, Willie's just high.
Floating around. I had almost forgotten about this girl. She was actually the girlfriend of Cliff Barnes. But as always, if JR wanted it, he took it. He might have used it for a one-night stand is what I'm getting at as we go back to Dallas. Anybody remember the name Audrey Landers? Here she is. She was on Dallas, if y'all remember that.
I don't remember that neither.
You're kidding me. Every Friday night, how could you miss that? That was his prize trophy girlfriend that Cliff Barnes toted around. Cliff just wasn't the man that JR was he?
No.
He tried.
It was the hat.
Her name was like Aflin on the show or something like that, if I remember right.
Aflin?
Aflin. It was different there.
I'll take your word for it.
All right, let's see here. 1957, he made his very first ever. He actually paid for $3.98. And in 1953, $3.98 was a lot of money.
Yeah.
I want to say it was on his lunch hour that he wanted to give his mama a gift. So he goes into a little place called Sun Records, records, and it's not that big a deal. No one there thought anything of it except the secretary. She makes a note and writes down his name. Sam would come in several times and she'd go, "You need to call this guy." It was unique. And he listened to it and was not impressed. But with the urging of the secretary, he called him back and, well, Elvis' $3.98 recording made him something, a gift to the world. But if it hadn't been for that secretary urging Sam to call it,
he'd have never been discovered.
It's amazing what somebody you think, oh, that doesn't matter what her opinion is, has the power to urge somebody that does to influence them.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't see the forest because of the trees.
Yeah, here's a different picture of her. You see that?
Okay.
You may
was
not.
Afton.
Afton, yeah. I mean, she's no Daisy Duke, don't get me wrong. We don't want to confuse anybody. But she was running behind Wonder Woman somewhere along in there, way down the list there.
Well, I mean, you know, Daisy Duke's got a high standard.
Oh, yes, very high. They keep going up. Let's go back to 67. There's a lot of ladies that would argue with this is one of the most hunky men in the world. They seem to just, whoa. Van Diesel is Van, it's not Vam. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, we're going to be okay with that. But Van Diesel has a birthday today, born back in 67. You'll know him from the 29 episodes of, what is that movie?
Fast and the Furious.
Yes, sir. They're probably working on episode 35 now.
Yeah.
But ladies do seem to like him a whole lot there. Pretty good actor there. Just unbelievable parts now as they keep on with this franchise.
He was in Triple X.
Yes, sir.
Not a Triple X.
I was a kid the first time I heard this name, and I would have watched, me and my sister were watching Saturday Night Live, and they were doing a mock thing of Family Feud. And everybody that hit the button, Chappaquiddick, Chappaquiddick, Chappaquiddick. And I said, what is Chappaquiddick? What is that? It happened today in 1969. I don't care how you slice this. This was really murder when you get down to it.
Yeah.
He left a young lady that most say after the autopsy was still alive when he climbed out of that car, waited 2 hours before the police were called. She drowned. He made it to shore. There's more to that story than the world will ever know. Can we prove any of that? We absolutely can't. That's just going by. That's been 55 years ago now. He's gone. The truth will never be uncovered. And you think of her poor family if what went on with that.
We're getting a correction. And I know it's true.
What's that?
Because it's my wife saying it. It's Vin Diesel, not Van Diesel.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, I never look at anything he does.
Golly.
Vam.
I have to say.
Is that right?
She is correct.
That's his name, Vin?
Vin.
Like my cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. Well, I learned something this morning.
Well, I wasn't paying attention.
I've never really looked at him. It just, I'm going to drive this car through the wall, and he does it.
Oh, backwards, with one eye closed. Everything he does is off the charts. You know, they drove that truck backwards and hooked up to an 18-wheeler and drove off with it the other way.
The tanker, yeah. Y'all try that and see what happens to you. You ain't going to take no gasoline running down the highway.
No, not going the other way.
It just does not work that way. Pushing a car out of a helicopter and landing and driving away doesn't happen either.
He had a parachute.
Wasn't there a tank also in one of them where they dropped a tank out of it?
No, that was...
it hits the water and they drive out of the... Are you sure?
Yeah. That was A-Team.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, they used it to shoot and move the tank over so they'd land in the pond?
Yeah. Yet again, Hollywood ain't going to work for you. See, that's the thing I like about Clint Eastwood. His stunts and things are believable. As real life as they come.
Yeah, they didn't have those computer animated.
Yeah, Clint's always going to look at him and go, and it's over for you after he spits.
Make my day.
It just, you ain't going to make it out of there. There may be four of you that think you can take Clint Eastwood on, but you can't. And let's don't even get into Chuck Norris. Y'all ain't got a chance.
Oh, no.
Let's go back to Willie's first time of being in the movies as we go back to remember Honeysuckle Rose. We're not sure what the movie was about, but we're pretty sure he was high during the whole thing, and it doesn't matter. I have no clue what the movie was about.
I don't either.
Whisper to me softly. Woo, it feels so right. As we go back to 1981, Alabama was on top of the charts. They were really on top of everything in 81, as that was huge song.
Yeah, it was.
Breathe
Alabama had a lot of...
It was 41 number ones in a row. And then they would come out with that horrible song called Tar Top. And it ended it. The streak, it was his CB handle. What made him think that would be number one is beyond me. Have you listened to it?
No,
His is pretty bad. It was bad. And America reacted. That's pretty bad.
Well, Arnold said that we're not as bad anymore.
What do you mean?
Sing pretty good. Said he went back and listened to that old girl sing the national anthem.
We sound better.
And he said we sound pretty good now.
Man, makes me feel good.
Yeah, moved us up.
Let's go back to July of 83. Now, honey, you were looking all over the bar. Is how you started the song out. I may be used, but honey, I ain't used up. As Waylon Jennings would have yet another number one added to his roster as this was released today. Man. Boy, that was a good one. I look a little rough and I got a few miles on me. My body needs work and my something ain't what it used to be. Man, that was such a play on words. If you've never heard that of Waylon, I may be used, but honey, I ain't used up.
There wasn't no voice synthesizer back then.
Nope. For the first time, after 100 and how many ever years it was, we would get video footage emerge from the depths of the ocean as that little submarine went down there and took pictures. And I remember watching it. Man, it was so captivating.
Yeah.
As the Titanic video of it would come about. Man, that was such a tragedy of all those people. And that was the first time that it had been seen since it sunk that night. Interesting stuff there. I didn't watch this. I know it. Is her name Sigourney?
Sigourney Weaver.
Who names their child that? I ain't being ugly, but who does that?
Sigourney or Weaver?
Sigourney. I mean, what is that?
Well, she ain't from here.
How about Sarah? Something we can pronounce. Can you imagine in first grade trying to spell that? Sigourney?
Hey, Ron.
I could write a book on what not to name your child.
That's page
Just
one.
call us. If you need a name for your child, we will find your child a name.
Yeah.
But Aliens was, I never watched this. I know it was big, and a lot of people get into that kind of stuff, but I never watched it. I know it was big.
I watched Alien 1. And it wasn't something that says, "Oh, I got to watch this again."
Is she kind of on the tough side? How you say her name?
Sigourney Weaver.
Is she kind of like?
No,
Like
no, I remember she played
like could
on
she win
Ghostbusters too.
Could she win a tobacco spitting contest?
No.
You don't think so? Okay. I misjudged her. Was she the secretary, or was she the woman, the damsel in distress in Ghostbusters?
She was, I guess, the damsel in distress.
The refrigerator had the monster in it.
Yeah, she lived in the apartment.
Okay.
The refrigerator.
Okay, she was a little bit more, she didn't have the tobacco look in that one.
Yeah,
Okay, just make sure there. We go back to 1987. I know where I'm going. The Judds had a number one today, Mama and little baby Judd, who grew up.
Yep, you can say that again.
Yes, sir, I didn't say anything ugly. Odie trying to insinuate that I said something, and I did. I want to point that out. He's trying to be ugly this morning.
Oh, man.
That's not her birth name? You mean she put that on herself?
Okay.
Man.
Well, no, I don't think she's from around here originally.
Yeah, but what was her? Did it have to be worse than that, or is that just a stage name?
It's got to be a stage name if it's not her real name.
The tobacco look. Deanna knows what I'm talking about. There's girls that can do that. Mike, what's his name? The comedian had a song about that called Snuff Dipper, where he took the old girl out in the moonlight and he went to kiss her. And she had a big old dip of snuff in her mouth there. Snuff Dipper.
Well, is it wintergreen or anything?
There's women that do that. It's not considered ladylike.
No.
But there are folks who do that. Debbie wants us to move on from the tobacco look.
Well, all right then.
All right, let's go back to 1989. Woo, Living Proof as Ricky Van Shelton topped the charts. Y'all remember him? Man, he was such a great singer.
Living Proof.
I love that song. Susan was the name, and I like that a lot better. Let's go back to 94. Wow. Anybody remember Who's That Man Running My Life? Where he drives the pickup down the neighborhood, and he looks over there, and that's his kids playing in the yard, but who's that man running my life? Toby Keith had a number one with that song. That was really a hit home for a lot of people.
Yes, it was.
Kind of like, and if y'all remember Doug Supernaw, who played the Jimmy Rogers Festival, had a song that worked out of I Don't Call Him Daddy, where he picks up his kid on every Friday and his little boy's telling him, I don't call him Daddy.
Yes.
But he does things for me during the week, but I don't call him Daddy. And there's a lot of folks that cried over that one. Many, many moons ago. 2:15 and is when this happened, and I don't like this. I don't care for this type of song, and it made it to country, and that's when I realized it was all over. As a song called Girl Crush made it to country radio charts there, and I'll leave it at that.
Country. Yeah.
1981, I made a boo-boo and got this out of line. Greg Evigan. Anybody remember him and that little monkey?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. BJ and the Bear.
Y'all know it.
1981 was the cover of TV Guide. I remember that well. That kind of sums up what went on in history today.
Oof. Well, we learned some.
What's that?
We learned some stuff.
Oh, yeah. What was his name again?
Susan?
No. What's his name? Vin.
Vin Diesel.
My cousin Vinny Diesel.
Now, my cousin Vinny that was funny.
It was good stuff there. Joe Pesci, or how you say? Pesci.
Yeah, all them Utes out there.
We'll be right back. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 6 or more. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Just $41 a month for this new Brother embroidery machine. Buy it local and get instructions for life, service, financing, the lowest price guaranteed, and take it home today at the Sewing and Vacuum Center in Meridian and So Select in Flowood and Hattiesburg.
Rockhouse Gun and Pound, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. Oh, we got birthdays coming up. Make sure to get yours in. Let's take a minute and talk about these folks who do this every day. Snowden and Company. If you're needing a home, look at here. Let's go over here and visit the team there. Here's Amanda, and it took them 3 weeks to get this suit on him.
Yeah.
They had the whole Devon down. But I tell you what, if you need a home, they do know what they're doing. Here's the rest of the team that show you these homes here. Oh, great folks there. Elizabeth, Hank. All these going to help you out there if you're looking for a home. And what do? Each and every day they go out and show homes. Here's one right here that they've got listed if you're looking for one that's in Kemper County. 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Look at that. That's gorgeous.
That is a nice house.
I hadn't seen this. What's that called? Archway?
Unique, yeah.
Archway? Look at the windows there. If you're looking for a great home in Kemper County, talk to them today. Private. Nothing like that. And, of course, accredited buyer representative. They do so much for you there. You see the number in the background, 493-3937. That's the number to call. Amanda will take care of you. Great folks that walk you through the sale or the purchase of a home, that do all that behind-the-scenes stuff and get ready for all you have to do is sit down and sign. It'll make it easier on you. Talk to her today when it comes to either land or home. They'll do all of that. We got the Love Out Loud is going on this week as we continue covering everything that is going on. Let me go over here and show you some pictures from yesterday. This would, I was over at Village Apartments, which would be right behind Tractor Supply. This is where this is.
Yeah.
Highway 19.
Mosby Road.
Yeah, they were set up. They had popcorn. They had hamburgers. Met a lot of people. Got to spend some time there. Love Out Loud. And they'll be somewhere else today that we'll go take some pictures of. Nice folks, taking care of things. So many people came out and took advantage of this. Here's the team that was going around delivering a bunch of flowers and stuff. Oh, sweet ladies. They even gave me a hug.
That is awesome.
Love Out Loud is a group of churches that get together to go out and just do great things for the community. Fix things. They're still at the pregnancy center, taking care of them, redoing that sidewalk. That's been a pretty big job to do this week.
Oh, and to see what they do for the public on everything. I mean, they're from one side of this area to the next, doing a lot of God's work.
That's right. I think they just kept saying free Jesus. We got to say good morning to this one here, boy. He was all over it there. Him and Greg just finished a biscuit just a minute ago.
Yeah, I can imagine Steve's got it going on, don't he?
Big thank you to Mississippi Highway Patrol coming out and helping out with this also. Great folks. They do so much for our community that is behind the scenes that, well, the rest of us just don't know about. We got somebody that's going to be a special guest here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, let's show his picture here. And again, the shiniest shoes in Clark County.
I think that's how he tells if his hair is done right. He keeps looking down at those shoes that Barry shined for him, and he can see his reflection.
He's doing a big thank you there for the folks that made those donations there. They hand this out to children in the community, and a big thank you to everybody that helped out with that in Clark County. Important there, a big thank you to Clark County Hot Topics also.
Yeah. Yes, Anitra, Greg will be here tomorrow as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He'll be here.
We got to do a shout out. We've got somebody that watches us every single day, without fail, is going to watch us, and her name is Brandy with Citizens National Bank.
Hey, Brandy.
Said she watches. Amy called and had to get some stuff done, and she goes, "Can I ask you something?" And Amy said, "Yeah." She said, "Are you Odie's wife?" "I am." "Well, I watch them every morning."
Well, we appreciate you.
Shout out to Brandy this morning. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you watching, and everybody that's out there watching.
Always send us a note. We like to know who's out there behind those screens.
Yeah.
Important to us. Up at Wally World yesterday. What is that in the street, Odie?
That's some dirt right there.
Yes, sir. Dump truck sort of had a little spill as we look at this. The guys are up there shoveling, getting that out of the roadway, and it went on and on and on. I'm glad I didn't have to shovel that. That's when I would want to call in a street sweeper to get rid of that.
Bring me a skid steer and a street sweeper.
Because it was hot.
And that's a long way.
It was. So, big thank you to all those. We had, what is this that they do down at the Sheriff's Department?
The Warrant Wednesday.
We got this one, Alvin there, has been taken into custody. We still got Anthony there with a great haircut. And Ronald, and also Brandy that they're looking for.
Felony bad check.
Let's see here, and we got Jeremiah and also James that they are looking for.
Conspiracy to possess marijuana, conspiracy to commit a crime in a correctional facility, and possession. What's a conspiracy?
That was my next question I was fixing to ask you.
I think I just might want to have some marijuana.
So you can't think about it now. We really don't know the answer to that one.
But he did have some methamphetamines.
Conspiracy to possess.
I'm just.
I don't know the answer to that one.
Did he try to buy some? Maybe.
That maybe that could be it.
Maybe he tried to buy some marijuana from somebody inside prison. And maybe we can find that out tomorrow. And we'll have a little bit better of a knowledge.
Mike Myers hard at duty this morning. He's on the job. Y'all look out now.
Mike Myers, not the scary one that you'll see in Halloween. Now,
well,
he is kind of scary. He knock on your door with an envelope. You might
our
want to be
constable
careful.
salute there. We appreciate what you do there.
You're out there doing a lot of work.
Terminology. I just don't know every terminology there is when it comes to law enforcement.
I'm going to lean on. He tried to buy some marijuana from somebody
and it didn't work
correctional
out.
facility, and they got him trying to make the buy.
I want to point this out, but all around Meridian. Okay, we got some pictures that Eric Clark just sent me. We're going to get up here in just a moment. I want to point this out. All around Meridian during the daytime, there's a lot of work that's been going on by these little guys there. They're constantly down in a manhole, popping up like little prairie dogs. And they'll do this. And I tried to snap a picture of him, and he put his head down yesterday.
It's kind of like a whack-a-mole, ain't it?
There he was, right there, 8th Street and 23rd Avenue. I tried to catch him, but I couldn't do it. I stood on that street corner, and he was faster than my iPhone.
You know how you do that, don't you?
How you do that?
You set it up on record, and when he pops up and pops back down, then you go through there and make a steal shot. Playing whack-a-mole.
Oh, we need to say congratulations here.
Eric Termite Hardy started out as just a plain Jane firefighter, driver, moved up, captain, went to battalion chief, and now he has been promoted to Deputy Fire Chief, Meridian Fire Department, and he is a very, very knowledgeable fireman, a great guy's going to be a great deputy chief. Michael Ted had made a wonderful choice, and I know he had a lot to choose from, but you don't just go up there and get picked. You've got to take a test. You've got to study. You've got to understand what that position is going to need from you. And Termite, as he's known by now, Chief Termite.
Chief Termite.
He is definitely stepping in. He'll make a difference. Congratulations, my friend. Hope you have a wonderful day, and just couldn't be more proud of you.
He was there at the puppy saving yesterday.
Yes, he was.
Appreciate that. Keith and Debbie Moles watching this morning all the way from Rose Hill, Jasper County, Mississippi. We appreciate that also.
Check the Jake Paul.
He gone.
Comment. Oh, he had somebody up there running his mouth.
Well, it was one of those, fake accounts, and so we try to get rid of those. This is one of those situations to where you take off from the red light and whoop, there it is. This was in front. What was the name of the honky tonk that he used to have there on the right before you got to Mr. Discount Drugs? It was a honky tonk there.
No, Sugar Bears on State Boulevard.
And that's a deer cleaning processing.
Well, it is now.
Randy Harrison had a honky tonk on 8th Street, and for the life of the Shed House, wasn't it?
And that's on. Randy didn't have that. That was Art.
I thought that was Randy's right there. I thought it was years ago. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not the Shed House.
Okay, everybody saying that's Art's.
Art Shed House.
Okay.
But that's
Randy
not
had
it.
the Echo?
Randy had the Echo.
Okay.
Down off 22nd Avenue. But that's not it.
Right near old Mr. Discount, you'll notice there's one lane of traffic. It was that way yesterday as they done work.
Wait a minute. My bad. Ding, ding, ding. You are right. That is the back door to the Art Shed House.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I was used to looking at the front door. You know, it's where we had the chicken drop.
I ain't got nothing to do with that, Odie.
You never went to the chicken drop?
Not there. I might have seen it over at Bankers once or twice.
That was a cow drop.
No, it was chicken drop. It was a big deal there. Big deal over at Bankers.
You know, they had a cow drop at Ray Stadium.
Did they?
Yeah.
Didn't know about that one.
Yeah, that was years ago they did it.
Missed out on that one.
Woo, Susan Davis from Stumpy Point, North Carolina, the Outer Banks.
All right, we got more on the way with Scotty Ray and Odie. You still got time to get those birthdays in, as we'll do those next. Make sure to put them in the. Somebody asked yesterday how you do it. You can do it there. Drop them in the comments, and we'll get it on.
And we'll try to find them.
Yes, sir. Looking for a great place to eat? Well, come explore the great flavors of the French Quarter in downtown Enterprise. Whether you're in the mood for a romantic night out, a family dinner, or a cozy atmosphere with great service that make dining with the French Quarter an unforgettable experience. Drop by today and taste our delicious dishes. Come explore the flavors of the French Quarter. 120 West Bridge Street, downtown Enterprise. Call 601-659-0500, the French Quarter. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're building, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The reliable Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is highly capable. A smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation and versatile attachments that help you handle the job. The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
Welcome back. Sad news to report as we look to other parts of the United States as we look at this. And sad news is we learned that a teenager from Mississippi has been killed in Pennsylvania. They were struck by a vehicle trying to cross the road. Our hearts go out to that Quintentron Smith, I believe is his name. And he was from Coffeyville, Mississippi. And I looked this up, and this is where Coffeyville is. Here's Oxford. It would be due south of Oxford, Mississippi, just east of Highway 55, Interstate 55. Here's Water Valley. It sits right there, a small community. We pass along condolences to family members during this time of need there. I certainly hate that. I-10, South Mississippi. Y'all know where that is as you're getting down near Louisiana line there. Shots fired. Road rage in the state of Mississippi. No one hurt, but they are investigating to find out what went on with that. And big investigation has been launched out at the prison. As we reported, 2 people have passed away within a week. They're trying to figure out what's going on out at the prison there. A lot of talk. This is not the first time this has happened. We'll report back to you when we find out a little bit more information on that, of where that's going.
Well, you know, we talked about that knife. And an alligator said, "Hey, go check this out because they're trying to make a safe knife." This is education. This is from De Montfort University in Leicester or whatever. So this is the type of education that we're seeing. And now this right here, when I tell you, yes, this is in the UK. But if they're doing it, we're doing it. This is going to make more sense out of where our thought process on some of these people that have nowadays. Researchers have found, this is at a major university.
After a study.
After a study. Major study. Researchers found 4 knives with sharp tips pierced through clothing. But the round tip knife did not.
I'm glad they've done that research there, Odie.
So you actually took time out of education to come up with something that my 2-year-old grandson could have figured out the day he picked up something. God help. our education system. Because if that's all you can get at college, what did you dadgum learn through school?
It happens every day, Odie.
Woo!
Every day. We need to do some birthdays now. Have you got them ready?
Yeah, we've got them right here. We've got a special one that's topping the list. Number 1, Mayor Larry Gill.
Woohoo!
Having a birthday today. Miss Rose, take good care of Mayor Larry there and get him something good. There's Allison Schindel Mayfield's having a birthday. Rich Borders is having a birthday. Angie Bounds is having a birthday. Shannon Riley Roberts, happy birthday. And Michael Ballard, happy birthday. So we're going to hit this here go button, and I still got my volume up. And we've got Michael Ballard, winner chicken dinner of the Hyundai of Meridian Scotty Ray Report coffee mug by Hyundai of Meridian, Highway 39 North, big gray building. You can't miss it, and get that picked up. I do have to do another shout out. Miss Pace got me the other day and brought me some blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, were they good, and still eating on them. So Miss Pace, thank you so much. I meant to tell you the other day, but I let it slip my mind, and we just got so busy.
Oh, yeah,
busy.
it happens there.
Man, thank you so much.
As Odie gets our Bible verse together, we want to remind you of hot weather today. It is going to be 94 is our high temperature. We should again see about a heat index of 102, and we've got an 80% chance of showers. Again, those showers starting in the afternoon and increasing after dark. What do you got for us today, Odie?
We got Luke 6, verse 38. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. It's going back to what Love Out Loud is doing. They're going out and they're spreading God's word, and they're doing good, and they're doing great. And God is going to bless them. Anything that we do and we give and we help our neighbor, God thanks us, God appreciates it, and God's going to return that in a bigger fold than what we dished it out with.
Absolutely.
Boy, I tell you, he is a good God, and all we have to do is ask him to come into our heart and lead us through our lives, and he'll give us everlasting life. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Friday's coming tomorrow. We've got a good show in line for you. Until then, be safe, be careful, but remember, we love you, and we want you to have a wonderful day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.